Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. Resident Evil 7 has been on a number of gamers' radars since its debut at E3, and now the game is getting a huge dump of information thanks to Tokyo Game Show. In addition to a brand new trailer featuring the worst dinner party ever, Capcom has also served up an update to Resident Evil 7's hugely popular demo, which now includes even more areas to explore in the creepy derelict mansion. And thanks to a newly translated interview from Famitsu, it sounds like the game's enemies won't be zombie hordes, but rather a handful of very powerful characters, some of whom are probably in the new trailer, who stalk you around the grounds throughout the entire game, which sounds cool and creepy and all. So if all of that sounds like something you'd be into, you can hop back into the updated demo, which is also now available even if you don't have PlayStation Plus. Maybe that can hold you over until the game drops in January 24th, I think. Are you planning on getting a PS4 Pro, but you're still unsure about just how many of your older games are going to get snazzy Pro treatment? Well, if Destiny is one of your games of choice, it looks like that might not be happening anytime soon. According to a new interview with Bungie, PS4 Pro is something they'll be looking at, but they've got nothing to announce at this time. So even if they do support it, it probably won't be for a long while. That puts them on a list with, well, just about everybody else, as the number of old games with planned PS4 Pro 4K patches is still relatively low. At the moment, it's only about 9 games long, including Shadow of Mordor, Paragon, Uncharted 4, The Last of Us, The Witness, Elder Scrolls Online, Infamous, Deus Ex, and Black Ops 3. At this point, you have to wonder who else will join the ranks of going back to update the PS4 Pro games and, well, whether or not it'll happen in any kind of timely fashion. But look, gamers are used to waiting. Did you pick up the Bioshock collection hoping to stream it on console? Too bad! It looks like you're SOL, and which is a bit of a bummer because I was hoping to do that as well. After a number of Xbox One and PS4 players have finally reported that they're unable to stream from the newly remastered Ventures back to Rapture, 2K has now confirmed that's not a bug, that's a feature. Over on the company's support blog, they posted the briefest of updates today, stating, if you're playing Bioshock the Collection, there's a good chance you'd like to stream your adventures in Rapture and or Columbia. Unfortunately, streaming Bioshock the Collection isn't an option right now. Well, that's short and to the point. Guys, thanks for explaining all the reasonings that's happening. We've seen portions of games blocked in the past, but usually not an entire game like this before. Of course, there are plenty of ways around using console streaming options, so it's not going to stop people from doing it, but it's hard not to wonder why this is the case at all. So I guess score another point for PC gamers if you're keeping score. Some big changes are in store for video game giant EA. Electronic Arts just announced this week that there will be some major restructuring to the company, resulting in the formation of EA Worldwide Studios. The new studio will bring together a number of EA's top talent for the development of new IP and a focus on mobile development. This move will shift EA's mobile group and sim developer Maxis into Worldwide Studios and will also place Maxis head Samantha Ryan over the team at BioWare. The other major change happening at EA is that the Frostbite team is joining EA's technology group, which means Frostbite is going to become a more critical component of all their games. Overall, it sounds like EA is putting a much bigger focus on being able to shift some of its biggest IPs to mobile in order to deliver more connected experiences for the players. So once again, someone else has caught the Pokemon Go bug, it sounds like. Really extremely, if you're going to restructure your entire company. It's been a few years since the release of Xbox One, but we're somehow just now hearing the story of one man who accidentally received the system months before it was even announced. According to a new write-up from Business Insider, one Miami resident got a top-secret Xbox One prototype from Microsoft in the mail instead of the regular old $500 laptop he'd actually ordered. This mix-up seemed to happen because Microsoft was trying to prevent leaks of the console by hiding them in plain sight around their facility, which apparently not the best strategy. It might have resulted in one accidentally shipping to a customer. Probably not the best way to keep it a secret. As to why we're just now hearing about the story though, so it was surprisingly well kept, it seems that the man contacted the website Engadget in an attempt to sell it, and Engadget negotiated with Microsoft to get an exclusive report about the Xbox One closer to its announcement date, using that as leverage. For his trouble, the man got an Xbox 360 and Kinect from Microsoft, oh boy! And hopefully that laptop that he actually ordered at some point. Some DC Cinematic Universe news hit the internet yesterday in the form of Harley Quinn's solo movie and a brand new look at Batman for Justice League. In the realm of Harley Quinn, it's being reported that Margot Robbie has signed a first look deal with Warner Brothers, which includes 2 new films, one of them being the rumored but now confirmed Harley Quinn spin-off, which will also see Robbie attached as producer. The Harley Quinn movie was rumored as far back as May as part of a Birds of Prey flick, but the rumors have been lying a little bit low since the release of Suicide Squad. I wonder why. In addition to those details, we also got a new image of Batman's tactical batsuit for Justice League, courtesy of Zack Snyder. Snyder tweeted the photo yesterday of Batman's new digs, which look remarkably similar to Night Owl from Watchmen, goggles and everything. Hopefully this doesn't mean awkward scenes between Batman and Silk Spectre. Oh, it's hard to watch. Excelsior! In the weirdest solo spin-off yet, it looks like another recurring character from comic book movies make it his own film. Stan Lee. The rights to a film about Stan Lee's life have been scooped up by Fox, only it might not take the form you'd quite expect. According to reports, it's going to be an action-adventure period piece that takes place in the 70s with a James Bond or Kingsman Secret Service kind of bent. So definitely a biopic about Stan Lee's actual life. That time period would cover the time that Stan Lee moved to Hollywood to try and see about getting some of his characters like Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, Doctor Strange, and others to appear on screen. Great success. Considering that Fox is in charge of the movie, here's hoping that super spy Stan Lee somehow becomes a part of the Fox's X-Men universe. I think that could happen. Maybe he'll get a Deadpool team up. I would watch it. It looks like all the sci-fi movies were wrong. Bow, bow. Because the robot apocalypse isn't going to start with nuclear warfare, but rather the workforce. A new report from market research company Forrester predicts that within the next 5 years, as much as 6% of Americans will lose jobs to robots or AI agents. The report claims that the work apocalypse will first be felt in the transportation, customer service, and logistics areas where work is already being done to automate processes so companies can save money. 6% may sound like a very small number on the surface, but when you consider that there are around 320 million of us here in the US, that makes 6% somewhere close to 20 million people who would lose jobs to cheaper robots, who will probably keep calling you and then pretend that they're not robots. Oh gosh, do I sound that bad today? For reference, that's the same number of people who own Xbox Ones. Okay, maybe it's not that high number, but at least you've got about 5 years of looking over your shoulders for robots before any of that happens, right? Right? What do you guys think of all the stories from today's roundup? Super depressed about your future job prospects? Let us know down in the comments. And for future updates from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to the know. All right, let's make bets on whether I can get all the way through this clean so we have nothing for the end slate. Think I can do it?
Except for that, which I could put at the end slate.
Okay.
If you don't screw anything up.
Okay, let's see if we can make that happen.
Fingers crossed.
All right, okay, no pressure, haha.